This old girl's not being happy with me right now. Really not happy with me. Anyways, howdy humans and Buell lovers. Hoping once she warms up a little bit, she won't be such a bitch to me. I don't know what's going on. I've never had this low end snub out before. In mid-range, she feels like she's got all the power there. I'm not a mechanic, so I'm not going to try to play doctor with it. Just try to get her going a little bit. I don't know what that is. I wanted to make a nice video today, but if this isn't going to work for me, it is what it is. A Lambo? No, that's some weird shit. It's a Buick. What the fuck? She's starting to come back to life. It's a little bit windier than yesterday. Not quite as nice, and we got rain coming at around 3 o'clock. I got about 2 hours to figure out what the hell I'm doing with this video. Yeah! Sounds like man. It doesn't move like man though. Sounds like it does. But after riding that FZ, there's not many original Buells that touch that kind of power. Alright, low end is back. Scared me for a minute there. I think I have a topic for this video. I discussed it in the last one that I made, but I figured I'm on the bike now, so it's a little bit more fitting. Today is Christmas Day. I went on a Christmas Eve ride with the Yamaha. Still struggling with the visor fog. Actually more today than yesterday. I like the rev matches on this. I mean, I like them on both of my bikes, but this one just has a little bit more character to it. It's not just as rapid and instant. You kind of have to take into consideration the revs of this thing and just match the engine. It just feels therapeutic. Oh, I do love the noise that it makes though. She's starting to behave herself. Okay, this might be a good ride. I do have to take it easy though. These wheel bearings aren't healthy, and I know that's not good to gamble with. Took this plane out. That was going to be my first idea for pictures today. There was a plane right there on that post that they took out. hitting long sweeps like that is a little bit more difficult after you were just riding a bike with a hell of a lot more power. Because your throttle is what kind of dictates your trajectory through that corner. And I anticipate what I give it on the FZ, but I don't really anticipate it on this too accurately. This thing is substantially lower power, but that's alright. That's not what this is about. The idiots who buy that thinking this is what that's about, sell that fucking bike to someone who loves it. So if you want to go fast, go get yourself a loan and you get a brand new 2022 Buell Hammerhead 1190. That's what you can go do if you want to be fast. And shit, you might even have it like that. You might not need to get a loan. So more power to you. Don't be fucking around with these things. Especially the tube frames. Those bikes need to be treated with respect. There's a limited quantity of them. I just cringe when I see people asking for stunt cages for these things. I guess it won't be understood unless you know, you feel it for yourself. The rarity of these and the value of these, the sentimental value that it holds for many people. These aren't fucking Hondas. Yeah. Anyways, back to the topic that I had for this. Yesterday I was talking about my ideal dream garage for motorcycles. And I think I'm going to go a little bit farther today and get into the colors too. There's a couple of them that I won't have colors for, because I haven't really been fantasizing about them long enough. But I'll start with the old Buells, and then I'll go to the new Buells for Desire. So the tube frames, it's going to be two of them. An S3T is the first one, and particularly a silver body, nuclear blue frame and wheels. That is the most beautiful S3T I've ever seen in my life. I owned one for a short time there, and I chose the wrong way to go because this is all shit fields. Last time I rode through this, I gave myself a fucking sinus infection for like a week. Horrible. Anyways, I owned one for a short period of time, and I started tearing it down and cleaning it up and getting ready to fix it. I had the bright idea, I gotta close this bit. I had the bright idea to look at the, oh, this is probably shit. This was a horrible way to go. I gotta restart this now. Alright, fucking A. So, I was getting it torn down, cleaned up, and some minor repairs done to it. Maintenance items. And I checked the VIN. Because the guy I bought it from was a fucking Buell diehard Harley mechanic for 30 years. And as nice as he is, looking back on it, I think he was trying to screw me. I really do. There's no other explanation for that shit. So I checked the VIN and the fucking numbers didn't match up with the title, so that had to go back. It had apparently 5,000 miles on it, but I mean, I looked at the headers and the header studs, and there were a couple other items that were quite questionable on being 5,000 miles, which also led me to believe that the dude was just trying to fuck me. But thankfully he came and bought it back from me. So that was a love lost, because I already started bonding with that bike. I love that thing, man. So that would be my first tuber. Second tuber would be an X1 in OEM dual carbon and nuclear frame and wheels as well. I actually have an X1 right now, but that was another poor buy. I mean, the title and everything is fine, but I should have took a little bit more consideration into the fact that he said it was cammed, and the dude knew nothing about it. So that was sketchy. I'm still sketched out about it. I bought it a while ago and tore it down. Just was gonna get everything painted, and you know, life fucks you up. So your dreams go out the window so you can support this fucking hierarchy bullshit. But that's my opinion. You have yours, I'm sure, and whatever, you're entitled to it. So I've got the X1 torn down, sitting in my house right now. I just got to get the body painted, and she idled. She started up and idled just fine, but when you started to even breathe on the throttle, she would snub out. And I eventually got it to where I could work the throttle and get it revved out, but it wasn't what it should have been. There was no way you could have rode it like that. So I think that might be TPS. I'm hoping that's that simple, because I bought a pretty expensive intake for that, like an idiot. I don't make very smart decisions. You'll come to understand that if I decide to make more videos or not. I don't know. It's really taxing making these videos without the proper computer to do the editing on. So that would be my X1. Carbon and nuclear blue. Woof, woof, woof. Dog barking at me. Now we'll get into my XBs. And now I'm not particularly positive on the exact model. I'm pretty sure they made the SXs all the way up until 2008 or 2009, but I would want the last year, or one of the last year's, XB9 in Hero Blue, just like this. This is my dream bike, but this is a 2003 that's been owned by too many people like me who don't invest what it needs to have invested into it. So she's a little herky-jerky, clunky, bumpy, all the things you're not really fond of on a motorcycle. But one of the last years that they made the XB9 SX, that would be my first XB. And the second XB would be an XB12 SX, one of the last years that they made them, but in translucent red instead of the Hero Blue. I think it's called Cherry Bomb Red, I could be mistaken. With the red wheels matching, just like this has the blue wheels. Those are my XBs. Now to get into the Rotax Buells, my first one would be an 1125, and I'm not particular on what I want with those. I'm pretty open with those. CR or R, doesn't matter. Color really doesn't matter either. I would change it if it wasn't right. And my last one would be an 1190 RX or SX. Again, not particular on either model or color. A carbon one would be sick. Carbon with red decals. And I don't know if that's just a Buell thing. The new company that started up, I don't know if that's their color scheme exclusively. But EBR is preferably what I would want, due to cost. Unless somebody wanted to donate me a Hammerhead or an SX. Wink wink. Let me know what your dream garage would be or is currently. I know there's a lot of psychopaths out there with shit tons of money, and they have every fucking bike imaginable. I've seen it. I'm jealous. Just to let you guys know, if you're one of them watching this. I almost forgot I gotta go get pictures. Racing the GoPro battery yesterday with the Yamaha. That was just annoying. And then today, right when I started up the camera, my microphone wasn't registering. You know, just typical GoPro problems. I've always had issues with GoPro, but it's really the only... This Hero Session, or Hero 5 Session, it's the smallest action camera I've ever seen, and I love the cube. I know Insta360 has this teeny tiny one. It's like that's such an awkward shape. I just want a symmetrical cube. It looks awesome. One of these days I might have to look for another one of these Hero 5 Sessions, but it's the age that's more detrimental to a battery than anything, really. Unless you have excessive usage on it and you've overheated it many times, the batteries, they degrade with time. There's nothing you can do with it. Unless there's companies that are doing internal battery swaps, which I've never even looked into, so that would be something to check out, I suppose. I forgot how shitty this road is. We just passed some massive factories that produce probably some of the heaviest shit in this city. You have Generac producing megawatt generators that are the size of small houses, and Cat was just over there with probably massive construction equipment that comes through these roads. Because this road isn't old at all, but it is buckled to hell. Yeah, so multiple days in a row that are good for riding at the end of December in Wisconsin. That's unfucking heard of. I've never seen it. I think we're just gonna hit up one spot today for pictures. What are you doing, shit dick? Can't fucking stand people, man. I don't like testing the brakes on this. It's like, I want to be a little bit smoother on everything with this. See, that's just awesome. I love those rev matches. It's got so much more character than the Yamaha. This was nice when it was 2 lanes on both sides, but I guess the turning lane is that much more prioritized because people are fucking retarded. Maybe old Porsche. This is the landing I want. Only one car. It's tolerable. Wish I had mirrors on this thing. Just took them off for last year's storage and they got all foobarred. Boom, 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 boom. People probably think I'm fucking nuts. What is that dude doing? I'm doing stuff. Mind your business. That seems like something the city could have taken care of, but I really can't talk because my shit looks horrible. It was a pretty good shoot today. I got a couple good angles. Lighting is great. Cloudy day like this, it's always going to be great. I don't know if they're planning on taking that boat out. That'd be interesting. This isn't fast enough to defog the helmet. Oh, it's because my face. Front vent is closed. Smells like pots. Somebody's smoking pots over there. Wheel came up. I'm just too much of a Sally. I can't fucking twist my wrist fast enough because I know this thing will come up. The Yamaha is what scares me. That one you really got to be careful because you'll loop that motherfucker like a two-stroke. That's how punchy that thing is. It's bizarre. You look at the numbers of the power that it makes and then you ride it and it makes no sense. This was a good ride. It was a little questionable at first, but it turned out to be pretty good. Now the challenge will be getting home without letting traffic bother me. So we're gonna hit our brakes 10 times when we don't need to. I can't see with the visor up because my eyes water, and I can't see with the visor down because it fogs up. I think I need to get a pin lock for next year. Ooh, that smells good. Something smells good. Everything's closed, so that must have been somebody cooking at home. Tried to go to McDonald's this morning. That was a failure. I went to my spot for landscape photos and I was there for an hour because I always get there before sunrise, like substantially before sunrise, because that's usually when the best colors are out. And I waited around until when I knew the sun was already out. I'm there frequently, I know the sunrise and shit. So I left, and within 3 minutes after leaving, the colors started coming out. So I said, all right. I raced over to a second spot. As soon as I pull up to the spot, this huge orange ball is in the sky, and it just looks so cool. I'm gonna have to stop talking for a minute because this road sucks. Boom, 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 boom. Now it gets better. So I get out of the car, I'm sprinting to the water to get a picture. As I get to the water, clouds eat it. So that was my morning, just failure after failure. And for those that don't know, because some don't, there are tires that perform very well in cold, and these are one of them. These are the Michelin Road 6s. These are the best tires pretty much you can get. That's the video for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's, well, I'm kind of dictated by winter right now, so I can't really do anything that's requested. Come spring though, I'll be back. I might just keep these in the garage too, so if we have another freak weather incidents like this. Alright, take it easy, guys.